In real estate, I've done a lot of transactions, and there's a lot of transactions that have gone really well and really smooth. And, it's always great to see that end result for your clients. But I have several that I'm really proud of, and one of which happened fairly recently. And it's one that's really close to my heart. It's honestly a little hard to talk about. So I have a family that's used me several times. I've done work with one of the sons, and I did work with the daughter, and I finally got a chance to do work for the parents. They've been living in their house for like 30 years. Their kids were brought home from the hospital there, and now their kids have kids. And in real estate, we know areas change, and they called me up and said, Clayton, we're thinking about moving. We just don't feel safe in the area. We want to be closer to our kids. I said, not a problem. Let's meet up. And when we met, it was a lot different than what they told me over the phone. What it came down to was the husband knew that he was in poor health, and he didn't feel like he was going to be alive for much longer, and he wanted to put his wife in a safe place, a house that she could take care of, a house that she could be happy in. And I remember them telling me all their details about what they were looking for in a home and the areas they were looking in. And as they were telling me, I'm like, man, I've got the perfect area. And it was an area they originally just completely crossed off. So when I took them out to go look at houses for the first time, I told them, look, we're going to look at the houses you want to look at, and we're going to look at a smorgasbord of other homes. So I took them out to the houses they wanted to see in a new build subdivision, plus a couple others, just to get their mind working on what might be a possibility and to really tell me what might be best for them. So we looked at all these different houses, and we got to the new build section. They're like, Clayton, this isn't the area we're really wanting, but we'll look because we trust in you as a professional. And we looked at the house. We walked through the floor plan, and they started thinking about it. And as the wife was walking through one part of the house, the husband pulled me to the side and said, Clayton, thank you so much for listening. You listened to everything we said. And he said, the truth of it is, I know I'm not gonna be around much longer. And I want my wife taken care of. I want her in a home that's going to be safe, something she doesn't have to worry about. And a new build, honestly, is the best route. And he had a tear in his eyes from it because he loved his wife so very much. And that was the house he ended up buying. And he told me after closing the same thing. He said, Clayton, thank you so much. This is a house that my wife's going to be happy in, and I know she's going to be taken care of, and she's right in between both kids. And he was so thankful for that, and just the love in his eyes for his wife, the whole reason he was doing all this. And he didn't want to move, but he wanted to move for her. And unfortunately, he did pass away not too long ago. But his wife's taken care of. Like, I know he's watching over him. And I'm really happy about the things I've learned in my past because it helped me listen. Because I could have just shown them the houses they wanted to see, probably pulled the trigger on one of those, gotten them under contract and closed. But, him and I both knew that those houses weren't the right choice in the grand scheme of things. And it really goes to show you as a realtor, as a professional, there's so much more to our job. There's so much more behind just selling a house. We're setting people up for success or failure. And that's a family, that's a transaction I'm never going to forget, because that's why I'm in this business.